If there's one thing that I've learned in my I don't know, couple of months doing this, it's reinforced my faith in humanity. It's been amazing meeting you guys and just working towards a common goal of trying to get our guy elected. Every single one of us, we're gonna have to go out and do a lot of things we're uncomfortable doing to make this happen. And you know, 150 doors. That's what I estimate that I've knocked. McGrady, I know you've probably done more. Adam, you've probably done about the same, and it's not fun. It's not cool to go and knocking on somebody's door trying to tell them about your candidate. But here we are. This is what we're doing, and the difference is now we have 4 years to try and figure out what we're going to do next time to make this work. What I want to ask you folks, especially you guys from Burlington, is what's the humanity forward message for our local representatives? What are we going to start asking our own representatives?
Or you can do like I'm going to do, and you can become the representative. That way you have a voice to push it through. That way you don't have to ask the representative, what are y'all going to do about universal basic income? Now you are that impetus for change. Now you are the one that's up there. Now you are the one that's pushing that stuff through. Because Andrew Yang said that he was going to bring the wave. We are that wave. We're the ones that are supposed to be out there. He created us, the Yang Gang. We all came from different camps. We all came from different ideologies. Some of us came from the Trump camp. Some of us came from the Bernie camp. We all had another place before Andrew Yang. But we all latched on to this one message. And now it's up to us to take that message out and become the change that we want to see. And that's exactly why I'm probably going to unseat that dude Peter Welch here in Vermont.
Yeah.
Let's go! Let's go!
We got to be the change that we want to see, man.
Like all these weekends, guys.
That's what.
These were Saturdays that we went down to New Hampshire and knocked on doors trying to tell people about, hey, it doesn't have to be this way anymore. We have something new for you. We have a different way forward. And it's not, we have to find a way to make that work for us locally. And that's it.
Yeah.
Find a way to make it work locally, or else it's just a dream. It's just, let's think about what would Andrew Yang do locally for us.
Did you just notice you just did the claw?
I kind of did claw.
We just carry a message of humanity first. This idea is something that's bigger than Andrew Yang. He was just the guy that put a face to it. You know what I'm saying? He was the one that brought it all to our attention. Hey guys, maybe we all can get together, even if you're on the left or the right. That's why he never demonized Trump voters. And that's why so many of us are fighting so hard for him. Because he didn't demonize us. He didn't call us deplorables. You know, he was the first one that put that vision forward that we can all come together and we can all do a little bit better, because believe it or not, we're not all that different. We're all kind of just right there in the middle.
And that's what scares people, Russell, is the two sides. They want to place us in one of these camps of you're this way or you're this way so they can control us.
For sure.
But that's why we're so fucking powerful right now, is because we can't be controlled. Because we're a little bit different than everybody else. We share a set of ideals that politics in the United States haven't seen in a long time. And that's what makes me so proud to be with you guys right now. Honestly, it makes me really feel a sense of belonging. We're coming together. We're not going to be separated. We're not going to be pigeonholed into your little camp, your little way that you want us to think.
That's
We're
right.
done.
Let's take the country back, baby. Let's take the country back.
Cheers. I love you guys.
Cheers.
Gang, gang, bitches.
So I want to tell you guys about my sister, and I have a prepared speech. Sorry, I have to read it off my phone. I didn't have time to print it today because of the water situation, but that's a whole nother story. Let me just find it real quick. Hold on. Sorry. About my sister, Lily Newhouse. I told her about Andrew Yang this summer, and she really liked what I had to say. So I sent her a backpack that had his face on it, collaged all over the place with dollar bills and palm trees.
Aw.
And I was really proud and very thrilled when she adopted him as her candidate and became a fierce supporter.
That's awesome.
Canvassing all over her neighborhood and near her home in Vegas for months. So days after this longer than long shot candidate miraculously received 5% of the popular vote in Iowa. Amazing. Another campaign had texted my sister and they found out that she supported this maverick guy. And they asked her who her second choice was, and she thought about it for a minute and answered with the obvious, Evelyn Yang. Yeah, her joke, not mine. She's hilarious. So then on New Hampshire primary day, my sister Lily turned 35. And although she is freshly eligible to run for president, I'm not here to announce her campaign, an already impossibly crowded primary. I'm here to talk about what else happened on Tuesday. We saw those headlines that many of us were dreading. I was certainly dreading seeing the headline, Yang bows out. I got messages from friends sending me encouragement and empathy, but a lot of them also said, well, didn't you see the writing on the wall? Didn't you know this was a long shot when you signed on? And of course I did, but what else is a long shot? Practically everything that we dream of and work toward. None of those dreams would become reality without that confidence that we have and that belief.
For sure.
And that dedication. So that's what brought us together with such force, this tribe of Americans who saw something different in Mr. Yang. A motley crew of Democrats, Republicans, independents, millennials, baby boomers. They're not here right now, but
No
they're
boomer.
somewhere. We know they're there. Very true. Big donors, disengaged voters, Trump supporters, former Trump supporters, all of us whom have found common ground again, or maybe for the first time. Andrew Yang, a man who has done exactly what he said he would, make America think harder. I know I have. I've thought hard about my best friend who struggles to put food on the table for her kids. She's a writer and an activist for peace and a scholar. I've thought about how much the freedom dividend could change her life. Thought about my own daughter and my nephew who struggles with severe ADHD and was told at the age of 5 that his school had no interest in supporting his needs. Who can't set foot in a classroom without medication that suppresses his spirit and unique brilliance. Who, when he asked my sister, his mom, where his disabilities came from, and she said they're genetic, he said, if you gave this to me, I will be so mad at you. And I thought about what it would be like for him to have a president whose son is like him. I also thought about my sister's experience as a breast cancer survivor, a very young one, and particularly the women she's met along the way who have drained their retirement accounts and given up their dreams of owning their own home just to stay alive. And most importantly, I've thought about the difference that Andrew Yang and the gang has made in my life and how much of a difference I can actually make. One of my favorite things about Andrew's candidacy was watching the analysts fall all over themselves, futilely trying to figure out what was going on behind the surprising surge of the Yang gang. With no monolithic block of constituents, no copy-paste policy platforms, they went crazy trying to figure out how they could slap a label on this movement and dismiss it. And the reason they couldn't was exactly this. We have not watched the end of a campaign, but instead the birth of a new movement, one in which Americans can be unified in common decency, a dedication to thinking harder about the complex problems that this country faces, and a raging fire inside our collective hearts to fight for one another. So, like Andrew, I am a math person. I'm also a list person. So here's my list for you especially, of the common sense policies practically no one was talking about and I, for one, will keep fighting to make a reality. Ranked choice voting. Split state electoral college votes. As is already working in Maine and Nebraska, we have this. We can split our electoral college votes by state. We can do that. Election day is a national holiday? Yes, we should celebrate our freedom that day. No one should be excluded. Term limits for Congress exempting current lawmakers. Very easy.
So underrated right there.
Higher pay for our employees in the executive and legislative branch, in return for which we deny them the right to lobby or take corporate speaking fees after they leave office.
Yes, let's do that.
It's easy. It's easy. And yes, there are employees, as they seem to have forgotten. A value-added tax weighted to tech and luxury goods. And yes, a guaranteed minimum income for every American citizen age 18 until the day we leave this earth. We need it.
What?
Yes. We know we have the money, and we know it's imperative in this nation of the United States of America that we eradicate poverty. We are the wealthiest country in the history of the world. I want everyone to fight with me. Let's keep moving the country forward. Let's do what Andrew would and will do. Work harder than ever to put humanity first.
Yummy, 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 yummy.